Liam Neeson is a huge name in Hollywood and has been enjoying a very successful career. Fame took a long time for him to achieve, but when he did, his roles and film appearances were non-stop. One of the most memorable was that of Brian Mills in Taken. He has become known as one of Hollywood's fiercest and most powerful actors. Here are 10 things you probably didn't know about Liam Neeson. He grew up during the Troubles. William John Neeson was born on June 7, 1952, in Ballymena, County Antrim. His father, Bernard Neeson, is a primary school caretaker while his mother, Catherine Neeson, is a cook. His parents raised him a devout Catholic and even named him after their local priest. He has 3 siblings and is the third and only son in the family. The town he grew up in was largely Protestant, and the two faiths didn't play well together during that period in history. He grew up during a violent, decades-long era of sectarian strife that came to be known as the Troubles. Thousands were killed. He told the Times magazine, "It wasn't easy living in Northern Ireland in the 50s and 60s. He said he grew up cautious. He was interested in boxing as a child. Long before he became a bona fide action star, Liam Neeson dreamed of becoming a professional athlete. He began boxing lessons at the All Saints Youth Club when he was 9 years old. He soon started competing and even won some titles in the regional division. Even though Neeson was good in the ring, he didn't like the fact that he and his opponents could get cuts and broken bones. He won his last fight about 7 years later, but because of a concussion he got during that fight, he decided not to keep boxing. He decided to pursue acting instead. All his pugilistic experience came in handy later when he portrayed a boxer in the 1990 film The Big Man, Crossing the Line. He was a teacher. After finishing school, he went to Queen's University in 1971 to read physics and computer science. He did not finish, but he did get an honorary doctorate from the institution about 4 decades later. After dropping out of college, he kicked around at a number of odd jobs, from working as a forklift operator at Guinness to driving trucks. He also tried to become a teacher, but this career didn't last long. Neeson punched a 15-year-old student who was acting up and had a knife in his hand. He said, "My reaction was to punch him, which I shouldn't have done, but I felt threatened." He was fired, and in 1976 he joined the Belfast Lyric Players Theatre. He was nominated for an Oscar for Schindler's List after decades of acting work. Even though Neeson is now considered to be one of the most famous Irish actors of all time, he did not immediately find success after beginning his acting career. He began acting at the age of 11 and acted in some school productions through high school and even until his college days, which helped him hone his acting skills. Soon after he joined the Belfast Lyric Players, Neeson started making his first few films and some well-known stage appearances. His role in Schindler's List marked his first Oscar nomination. At the time, it was one of the hardest roles he'd ever undertaken. He recalled feeling unworthy to Variety upon first landing the part. While filming, he remembers speaking to the producer Branko Lustig, who had been imprisoned in Auschwitz. Neeson said, "This was more than just a role in a film that I was playing, it was testimony to one individual's ability in the face of an evil regime to save lives. Lives otherwise destined for the gas chamber and other horrific atrocities in these camps." Even though Neeson didn't win the Oscar, the pivotal role catapulted him to become one of the most coveted actors in Hollywood. Taken became a career-defining role. When most people think of Liam Neeson, they probably think of him in the 2008 action thriller Taken. As he told the Irish Sun, the role marked a turning point in his career. He said, "I seem to have been re-envisioned as an action figure ever since Taken came out." As Men's Journal noted, it was an unexpected career change for Neeson. Before he went around punching Albanians for a living, Neeson was usually cast in more introspective roles, professors, sculptors, and other sensitive types, wounded romantics who, like him, tended toward brooding and self-doubt. Plus, he was in his 50s when the movie was released. Nevertheless, action films proved to be the perfect fit for the Irishman. As he later told Build Series, "I'm like a kid in a toy shop with these stunt guys and they choreograph a fight for you. I love doing that myself. The fighting I love doing." After all, Neeson had wanted to be a professional boxer as a kid. And, as of 2023, he's still churning out action movies, even though he's been considering retiring for a few years. His scenes were cut from Hangover Part 2. First, he wasn't the original choice when it came to the small cameo that was supposed to see a crazy tattoo artist in The Hangover Part 2 that was Mel Gibson. But when people refused to work with Gibson, Neeson was hired instead. The actor had filmed all his scenes, but his cameo was edited out when director Todd Phillips was forced to do reshoots and Neeson was not available. Nick Cassavetes was brought in and acted all of Neeson's scenes over again. So, The Hangover Part 2 went from Gibson to Neeson to the director of The Notebook. He turned down James Bond. Just before Pierce Brosnan was finally able to portray 007 in 1995's GoldenEye, Neeson was offered the role of James Bond but turned it down. His reason for declining the role is as good as any. He said, "It was about 18 or 19 years ago, and my wife-to-be said if you play James Bond, we're not getting married." The actor has no regrets about his decision and remained married to actress Natasha Richardson until her tragic death in a skiing accident in 2009. He acted with his eldest son in 2020. In 2020, Liam Neeson collaborated with his son, Mitchell Richardson, on the James D'Arcy film Made in Italy, which is about a man who has lost his wife and is attempting to rebuild his relationship with his estranged son. Obviously, the subject matter was quite close to home for them both. As Richardson told The Times of his own mother's death, it was so sudden. When it's unexpected and it's just a complete freak accident, it really sort of messes with your mind, whether you believe in fate or not. When it came to shooting the movie, it was a cathartic experience for both Neeson and his son, who, along with his brother, is all grown up. He said it was emotional. And as Neeson told Parade, he enjoyed working with his son in Tuscany. Plus, he said, the film was one of his favorite experiences. I mean it 1000%. I've been very, very lucky, and with that, I've created my own luck. He climbed a mountain in Utah despite a fear of heights. Molly's Nipple is a mountain-like peak in Utah made of Navajo sandstone. According to the Utah Office of Tourism, a climb or hike to the top takes a reported 6 to 7 hours, and its difficulty level is rated as strenuous with exposure to steep drop-offs, listed as one of its main perils. Along with his son, Neeson climbed it despite having a fear of heights. He told The Independent, "It's only 3,000 feet or something, but I was shit scared, especially getting nearer the summit. It wasn't pickaxe time, but it was pretty steep. Everybody says don't look down, but you have to look down. It was scary, but I'm glad I did it. I did it for my son." He spoke out about unequal pay for women. The gender pay gap in the entertainment business has long been an issue. Men often get paid far more money than their female counterparts, even if their positions are equal. While promoting his movie The Commuter, according to Entertainment Weekly, Neeson told an interviewer the pay gap is fucking disgraceful. He also said it's vital for men to take an active role in ensuring things are equal. We're starting, and it's starting with these extraordinary actresses and brave ladies. We, as men, have got to be part of it, you know. We started it, so we have to be part of the solution.